While you're pulling it up, let me give you a little backstory on Tiffany and why I always put my finger on the scale for Tiffany. One, Tiffany tried to hire me to do PR for the Village of Dalton. So I've done business with Tiffany. I know her. I knew her before she was actually mayor. She was a trustee for 11 years in the city or the town of Dalton. So if she was so bad and so corrupt, why did they make her a trustee for 11 years? However, Mayor Riley, who was the mayor before Mayor Tiffany, fired a number of Dalton Village clerks. And those clerks believed that if they got Tiffany back in office, then Tiffany would be able to reinstate their jobs and they would be able to live the lives that they were living. Well, Tiffany gets in office, she checks the books. The city of Dalton cannot support hiring these clerks back. And so then these clerks literally conspired to ruin her. Literally, I'm in a text message thread. I fell out with all these women. I'm like, how can we go to her inauguration, give her awards, clap for her, hug her baby, do all this stuff, and now everybody is mad that they didn't get their jobs back, to the point that you want to ruin her, and then y'all sabotage my contract. So this is why, again, this is my business. I'm not talking about anything that I saw on a YouTube video. I'm not talking about paid provocateurs like Jedediah. This is P. Ray life, real life in Dalton, Illinois, which is 52 minutes from my house. So I drove 52 minutes away from where I live to get in some mess in Dalton, Illinois, which is why I'm done. But I understand. Yes, Miss Dana.
Sounds good. And I get it because you have a personal experience with her. And listen, I'm not saying, and you're right, if she was a trustee for 11 years, all of a sudden you have a problem with her. She knew when she was trustee about who was corrupt, who was probably taking what. She sees it. I get all that. But the moment she started to be mayor, she started doing too much. And I'm sorry, when you are a public official, you do have to have some type of advocacy about yourself. And she was just doing too much. And it came off very unprofessional. And you can't explain that type of behavior. You can't. All that with the memes and the little skits, But
that's her. She been that way. She was that way as trustee, Tiffany.
Wait. Let me talk. It does not matter. When you are in public office, you are representing the people. You are representing our office, that city. I'm sorry. You have to carry yourself with some maturity, with some class, with some type of integrity. All that antics. No, everything is not a cookout party. So,
but that's why they elected her, Dana. That's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't become mayor and then get rambunctious. No, she's been rambunctious. This is her. And they loved it until they didn't get their jobs back.
There's nothing wrong with being rambunctious, but with the skits, like Nino Brown, no. She was just doing too much. And the people. So now you have social media coming at you, and then you're going to have the same people in your city. When the people get upset, then you got a problem. Forget everybody else and the trustees, but the people who voted you or who supported you, when they have a problem, you have a problem. So I'm not playing a fight. I'm just going to play up until before it started. But
play Jedediah's horrible speech.
Woman. Daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would rather take a vote that we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie to be the new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You gone, bitch.
And then that's when the fight broke out, and I'm not playing that. So why did she get up and start fighting?
That's the part that we didn't talk about that today. We didn't talk about that today because I didn't want to. I'm off center. I didn't want to, make it too heavy because today was a lot for her. However, Jedediah Brown does not live in the city of Chicago. He doesn't reside in the county of Cook. He does not live in the state of Illinois. He is literally a paid provocateur. Literally. He lives down in Texas. Literally a paid provocateur. And he acted such a fool that they literally ran him out of town. Literally made him leave the city of Chicago because he was like outing preachers. He got into this incident where he was going to kill himself because it came out that he was being inappropriate with a family member. I mean, it was just a lot, okay? And so because we understand that Jedediah is a paid provocateur, he just keeps up mess. I'm like, yo, Jed, why are you keeping up this mess? I think that you're my Facebook friend. And so I posted on Facebook, Jedediah called Tiffany a B word and got stumped out at the mic. Out South, y'all showed out tonight. So then he come on my post, he get to calling me all type of bitches and all type of stuff. And I'm like, boy, get your sassy butt on. You want to come and fight me, a woman? Why don't you go fight the men that were just stomping on your face? And the thing about it is, at the end of the day, this is Chicago. So whatever Tiffany is doing politically, you can handle that. But when you start talking about that he said that, I don't want to curse on your YouTube, but he said that she F'd her way to the top. She was a bad mother. And he called her a bitch. Like, how much, even when we go down there and talk about Brandon, ain't nobody coming at Brandon on that level, because there is a level of decorum that you have to have when you are at these public meetings. This meeting was being ran by Robert's Rules of Order. This is a real live political municipal meeting. So number one, he could have been arrested for verbal assault against a public figure. That is, something, an arrestable offense. Yeah, those.
Wait, stop. Because he didn't charge at her; she charged at him.
Well, I'm getting to that because the people that were there. So if you actually play the flight, Jedediah, and he cut them, by the way. And let's start there. But hold on, but let me get to it, because she shouldn't have got on her seat.
But yeah, she should have stayed in her seat.
She should have got in the and she should have stayed in her seat. That's one thing that I will say. She should have never got up, because the men were handling that. One thing that I tell these men when I'm out here is that I don't fight men. I have men go talk to other men on my behalf. So I'm never gonna fight a man. I'm never gonna get in the man's face. I'm never gonna do any of that, because there are enough men out here who can do that for me. Tiffany's men were handling that issue. However, when Jedediah walked away from the podium, one of his comrades went to the podium. That comrade then stepped away from the podium and pushed Tiffany's boyfriend, who had on the black shirt with the writing on it. From there, Jedediah came up, and you could see him actually pull a metal object out of his pocket, which Tiffany informed me was a knife. Okay, a real life knife, and he was over there cutting people. Her boyfriend's face is cut, his neck is cut, people have their hands cut, and she still can't press charges? You understand? Even if we were to say Tiffany was out of order, she should be a charge with battery. The fact that Jedediah has not been charged with anything speaks again to the disrespect that this lady has to endure just for being an elected official. That's my problem. I don't care that she taking Dalton money. That's some Dalton business. But on some just a face value, that is disrespectful, because guess what? All day, people been calling black women bitches on Twitter because of Jedediah's words. Well, she is a bitch, and you all are bitches too if you don't agree with it.
Too much of the B word.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. Sorry, I won't cuss no more. But I'm saying, like, it's out of order.
Here's the thing. She was out of order because the news outlets, the blogs, the social media, everything is her face saying she got into a fight, got into a brawl at the meeting, her wig fell off because she got out her seat, jumping in a fight where it was nothing but a bunch of men. She was out of order. She's just as bad as him. And I'm sorry. And that's what I mean, that she's doing too much.
And that's what I'm saying. I get that.
Let me finish. That's your girl. You're very biased, but I'm an outsider looking in. She looks unprofessional. She looks ghetto, and she looks like, no, You are not appropriate for that position. You are proving these same people right. You probably know more and you're probably better at the job than them, but you are proving these people that want you up out of there. You're proving them right by your behavior. She should have sat her ass in a seat. You are a public official. You are a mayor. You don't jump into a fight, and you are a woman, and these are all men. These are not kids. You know what I'm saying? So again, she was wrong for doing that, because now her face is splattered everywhere. You got Lori Lightfoot doing interviews about the report that she found and all this other stuff. You have now the public don't like you. And once you lose the public, you're done. You're
And
done.
then this is, and I promise you, when I tell you I get that, I get it. She never should have gotten out of her seat. Like P. Ray, you won't see P. Ray jumping in the men's fight. Okay. However, and that was very unprofessional. However, that is what they do. That is what they do in the South suburbs, Dana.
Stop. Because if that was Mayor Brandon Johnson, amen, he wouldn't have jumped in a fight, because that's what you have security there for. When you are in a certain positions, you let other people handle stuff like that.
I hear you. What I'm saying is that's Dalton, Illinois. That's those South suburbs. I encourage you to look up the Shaw brothers. Okay, they used to be pulling guns on each other out there. That is like down south, out south madness out there in the Thorn Ridge, South suburbs. Okay, like we understand that as a people. That's why Brandon cannot do that, because he's Chicago. Tiffany is Dalton, and that's how they get down out there. And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm never saying it's okay. What I'm saying is Jedediah, the man himself, when he came there to pick a fight with that woman, the fact that he is being paid by the establishment, because before the South suburbs were ran by Italians, Tiffany is the first Black person to be a township supervisor. All of these things are coming together to create the perfect public lynching. However, I'm not saying that Tiffany is clean. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is this: anything that Tiffany is doing is no different than any other mayor is doing out here in these small municipalities. We know that as a fact. Number two, and it doesn't make it right. That's why we draining the swamp. That's why we saying go Chicago red. But these are regular Democratic Party behaviors. The fact of the matter is, she was picked and trained by Tony Pretwinkle, who is the president of the Cook County Board. Guess who else was picked and trained by Tony? Brandon Johnson. So both of them are results of the Democratic Party here in Cook County. Okay, that's the first thing. So if we're going to look at it, yes, Tiffany out of order, but more holistically, this is the Democratic Party up here in Cook County. I'm not defending Tiffany. I never said Tiffany was right. I never said she should have got out her seat. All I'm giving you is a different perspective, because all y'all are seeing is what's put on this social media that's driving up people's content money. This is real life. And I'm not saying it's for you, because a lot of people have made their whole shebang about Dalton, but they don't know. They weren't on those text messages. You see what I'm saying?
Stop. Let me interject this, because okay, that dude Shaddai, whatever his name is,
Jedediah,
whatever, he doesn't live there. But the people that were sitting in that room does, and majority of them were saying yay to get her up out of there. So her own people, her constituents, want her out of that position.
So if they wanted her out of that position, they would recall her. Dalton has a recall mechanism. Again, we think the people would have to initiate that. And what I'm saying is what you guys are seeing. I'm sorry.
Office? What public official office? They have to
the trustees would have to do it. The people could get a petition together, just like we are doing for Brandon Johnson. If they wanted her gone, they would be gone. Dalton is a small, itty bitty town. There's more people in the Austin community than there is in Dalton, Illinois. So yes, they can make it happen if they want it to happen. What you guys are seeing is what they are putting out as the theater. Now, again, I never said that she was right. I never said she was right, Dana, but she deserves more respect than that. Come on now.
You know why I push back with you? Because I agree she's being ganged up on, but you know what? She loves to be the main character in that theater play. And now she wants the spotlight on her. And that's the problem, because now you feel as though they're trifling. So I'm going to act trifling. I'm going to act like a bitch. I'm going to give it back to her. And that's where she's messing up.
And I agree. And when I tell you, I agree. I agree. I agree. And I'm not, again, I'm not, because like, I'm not gonna, again, I'm not focused on Tiffany. I am focused on the fact that a grown man, a almost 40-year-old man, is being paid by a group of people to come to a small municipality and destroy a woman. The regard, like I said, if she stole the money, put her in jail. If she a bad mayor, vote her out. But to go to her job, talk under her clothes, talk about how she's parenting, and then call her the B word and try to pimp on off, to sass on off. No, 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 no. They don't go like that, because I think maybe not. We haven't spoken since the inauguration. But when we were coming back from DC, I had on a Chicago red sweatshirt and I had on a Chicago MAGA hat. So we're walking to the terminal. We run into other Chicago people. We're hugging them, talking to them, giving them cards and stuff. And this guy getting off the plane decided that he was going to cuss me out and call me a bucket of B words and stupid and coon and all this stuff. So I'm like, yo, calm down. Then he got in the white woman's face. So when he got in the white woman's face, all the white men came down on him and made him get out of her face. So then he ran in the bathroom, he came out, and then he hopped in the lady who was in my group's face. So I started screaming, help, help, police, help. And then everybody ran over and Jay down on this man. Why? Because he was calling these women B words. We don't accept that as a people.
All the news outlets are talking about her because of the fact is that if she would have stayed in her seat and let the security handle it, then it would be somewhat about him. He's unknown. What he did, yeah, he could have been a planted agent to start chaos, and she fell for it. And I'm sorry, that's not a good look. You want to fight in a man's fight because he called you out your name and he start fighting your man? You are not. She is not made to be a elected official, and
I give you that. I give you that. Like I said,
let me. It's not because she does not have good intentions. It's not that. It is because she doesn't know how to behave properly, and that is probably 60 to 70% of being an elected official is how you behave. Sad to say it, and then the rest is your performance. But she does not know how to behave like a proper elected official. But
what I'm telling you, Dana, is up here, there is no such thing as a proper elected official. Do you know that Dorothy Tillman, who used to be the alderman of the 3rd Ward, when she was in City Hall, they had got so out of order that she pulled her pistol out her pocket and bust the cap in the air. Like, it goes down up here in Chicago. We are more than people who eat Italian beef sandwiches and scream at the mayor. Like, this is a crazy place. This is why they talk about the machine. That's why we're trying to drain the swamp. But at the end of the day, Tiffany was bogus for getting out of her seat. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She should never have gotten in that fight, gotten in the man's fight. We don't do that as women. She is dead wrong. But what I am talking about is a culture of disrespecting Black female politicians right here in the city of Chicago. My alderman, Emma Mitz, 71 years old, when they were going in there to vote on whether or not we should remain a sanctuary city, a Mexican alderman literally grabbed her and manhandled her and tried to block her from going into the chamber. She said she felt like she was back in Arkansas by the way this man was treating her. You see what I'm saying? Like, there is a culture of disrespect towards Black women that we can't let slide. Like I said, Tiffany is out of order. This don't got nothing to do with Dalton. I don't care about Dalton. I'm talking about the culture of disrespecting our people. That's not okay. That's never okay. That's never okay. That's never okay. Tiffany is wrong, but Jedediah was too. Carlos Rosa was too. We can't do that to our women. We can't accept that for our women.
Tell people where they can reach out to you and support your organization.
Yes. Chicago Red P at Twitter. You can meet me at chicagored.org. Yeah, that's what we're doing up here. But come next week, we doing this press conference. Like I said, we're doing a press conference. It's not about Dalton. I'll leave you guys with this. It's not about Dalton. It's not about Tiffany. It's about respecting Black female power. If you let them play with you an inch like that at work, they will come slap you in your face. So we gotta stop it now. So get ended with that. Protect Black women.
Thank you, P. Ray. See you next week.
See you.
Dana with the data. Dana with the data.